Islam Dwayne Bey. I don't know if you can see me. You might can't. Hold on one second. Islam. I don't know if you can see me. I hope you can. Okay, there we go. How you doing? I hope you're okay. I just got in. It's August the 8th, 2018. I'm about to go work out outside with my sweat uniform. And I wanted to add to the Chronicles of Iris. Trying to look cute. I'm a little tired. I'm hungry. I just got to eating some grapes and they were so good. Excuse me. One of the things I noticed, but I don't want to add this to the Chronicles of Iris because according to Matthew, if I can go through Matthew, which I have many times, but I'll do it again. In the Holy Bible, okay, the Holy Bible was made public law, okay, October the 4th, 1918. This is called the Year of the Bible. Let me just state Matthew, if for those because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna post this video quite a bit. But this is a demonstration of the unclean spirits that we are among. And it's nothing new because in the Holy Bible it speaks of Jesus casting out devils, unclean spirits all the time. In other holy texts, the same thing. So I'm gonna give you a demonstration, okay? So first I'm going to say a few chapters and verses of the Holy Bible, which was made public law in this country, October the 4th, 1982. Matthew chapter 4, verse 24, and I'm Rhonda Arrington-Bey. Matthew chapter 8, verse 16 and 17. Matthew chapter 8, verse 28. Mark chapter 1, verse 23. Matthew chapter 9, verse 32. Matthew chapter 12, verse 22. Matthew chapter 10, verse 1, and Matthew chapter 10, verse 8. And Mark chapter 1, verse 34. Those are just a few. So one of the things I noticed, Dwayne, like for instance, because I'm at American Extended Stay, and I noticed there's always someone, like, I don't know who my neighbors are. I always say this in Annapolis, Maryland. I have no idea. Monty Gray-Bey and I do not know anyone personally here. We keep I tell Monty, encourage him to keep everything professional and general, show respect, and hopefully they'll give respect back. Because I understand that we are among everyone. Everything has not everything, but in life there's a spirit. Okay, so where there's a spirit, you have to be cautious, and we are among many different types of spirits. Unclean. We are. So, and it's not just here, it's all over. So I tell them to be careful because a lot of these spirits are not in a constitutional fold. So they don't have the thought process of importance of, well, hence unclean. Well, that's enough. But to understand the importance of laws of freedom, okay? Or to demonstrate how to behave civilized, all right? A lot of times they behave like animals in different ways where they're attacking spiritually, in different forms. Once again, in the Holy Bible, Jesus spoke of casting out devils many times, freeing people. That's a form of freedom. Jesus was freeing people from these unclean spirits that were inhabiting parts of their body, their mind. So, anyway, I noticed, like, for instance, around here, I hear male and female voices saying brother, three, what's another? Edgewater. I don't know why they say Edgewater. You know, I have no idea. I don't know much about Edgewater. What else? Something else. Well, that's all that come to mind right now. So I noticed, like, for the past 2 days, I've had this does not many times I've had spiritual attacks where I felt my pain in my joints. I don't know where they coming from. Can't accuse, but I can give a testimony of what I experienced, where I felt sharp pain that doesn't make sense, come out of nowhere in my joints, my chest, my head, or my feet, or attacking my genitals, my sacred womb, in a spiritual manner. I spoke of many times of my dreams being invaded, where I have trained myself to wake up in the middle of the dream, because I know that that the dream was manipulated. I spoke of how next door there was this officer or military male next door in this room here. I think that's room 114 and this is room 118, or 118 and 114. I get them mixed up. And about every time I walked by one morning, it would jiggle. His doorknob would jiggle. I was going to get coffee. This was a while ago, and then finally, I thought it was odd because I kept hearing mumbling coming from there. And finally, not finally, because I was actually getting coffee. I was going back to get coffee in the lobby, and then as I was coming back on my last time, he opened the door and he had on a full military uniform. It was brown. So I think brown is correlating to the Army. Also, I spoke about how Mexicans would come into my place of work scratching. Those that speak Spanish, they would just come in scratching all over, right? And then I've noticed all of a sudden Imani Gray-Bey and I was feeling webs or bites on our skin. We didn't know where they were coming from. We had no idea where they were coming from. And these looked to be, those that came in scratching were definitely looked to be either from Mexico, but Spanish speaking. Most of them look to be Mexicans. I know pretty much, and not all the time, I can get confused with El Salvador, but not most of the time they look to be, or no, they could have been. I take it back. They could have been, but definitely they were Spanish speaking. So then we were getting, all of a sudden we started, soon after I noticed we started to feel webs or bites on our skin, and we didn't know where they were coming from. We were looking for bugs all over the place, couldn't find any bugs. Started to see finally a little brown bug here and there, but it's like a little bitty brown bug. It's like, this doesn't look like something that would bite, you know. And but we didn't know. And then the web stopped. But then again, so it stopped, the bite stopped. When I say web, so something was biting us where that our skin wept up. The green alcohol helped. As soon as we put the green alcohol, stopped itching, the web went away. But the fact is, we were looking for something, spiders, anything. We changed our sheets. We were vacuuming. We're trying to find bugs. We didn't see any bugs anywhere. So, except for the little bitty brown one, that was only, I think altogether we saw maybe 2 or 3 of them. Anyway, then one night after that stopped, we weren't getting bit for a long time. I was laying in my bed and my head was this way. Like I said, my head was this way, and or I don't know if you know Dwayne, but I feel bad. But I was saying that whoever next door to me, their bed, the head of their bed is also this way. So they're laying this way and I'm laying this way. So I was hearing as I was breathing, each time I took a breath, all of a sudden I would hear a male voice. So I'm breathing. I'm laying down. My head is at the head. My head is at the head of the bed. I'm taking a breath as I breathe, watching TV, and I would hear next door. You know, and then all of a sudden the next day, because I felt like something was on me, I started to see a bite on my skin. Bites again. Now, so I thought that was interesting, because once again, going back to Matthew. So these past few days, it's August the 8th, 2018. I noticed I felt like irritation. Now, my vagina is still, sacred womb has been attacked many times spiritually. You know, I just learned to rise above it and think of healing. It works. Stretching, meditation, yoga, eating right, it works. It really does. Ignoring, because that is a form of getting attention. It's a way to attack the mind and gain attention, gain a connection. All right. So I noticed I started to feel a little irritation in my pubic area. And then all of a sudden, this past few days. So today, let me think, not today, or let me say recently, I noticed all of a sudden, around here, okay, around, the neighbors will start saying paid as they walk by, as I noticed the irritation while I'm washing up. They're like, paid, you know. I was like, who is saying paid? Yeah, I forgot. That's another word they use. Paid, or brother, or they say herpes. So recently I noticed these unclean spirits are saying herpes again, right? And then when they say herpes, they start saying, brother, we paid. She needs to come down. Now, these are unclean spirits around me. So they're saying, so what they're implying is that I have a sexual transmitted disease, or saying it enough to make me to plant the thought that that's what's going on. And then after they say it, these unclean, filthy spirits, they start saying three and brother, she needs to come down. What does that say? She needs to come down. What does that tell you? How nasty and unclean, filthy spirits we are among. Not just here, but just that is. Then also I noticed this unclean spirit starts talking about marry her. Soon after, in that same energy of conversation, marry her. Allah is truly, truly great. So what this comes down to is birthrights and inheritance, and the divine healing of Mother Earth and the universe. Allah is great. The scriptures are no lie. So that's why I quoted Matthew in the Holy Bible. And when I say no lie, I mean to say they're nothing to be played with. These scriptures in the Holy Bible, because they are definitely keys. I feel like they're keys and spells in some cases that Allah has given us as people of the book, another form of protection. So anyway, Allah is truly great. So this is part of my testimony according to Revelations chapter 12 verse 10 and 11. And once again, Arrington-Bey, this is connected to awakening souls reclaiming their birthrights and inheritance. It is. And in that, because reclaiming our true selves, which includes demonstrating and implementing freedom, those divine five principles, love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, it's also healing Mother Earth and the universe. Learning how our thoughts, which in our frequency, by raising our thoughts and frequency, all right, it heals the universe, it heals the atmosphere around us, the vibrations. So all this unclean thoughts, first it starts with a thought. Words and deeds definitely are against everything that is natural and divine that Allah has created. And Allah created the earth in love, Islam. So I just wanted to give that testimony once again in reference to Revelation chapter 12, 10 and 11. And yes, and most of the unclean spirits seem to imply that they are connected to the United States Navy or Army. They imply, and they keep saying three and brother. And let me finish this last thing. Also, I noticed many times, I don't know why, all of a sudden I would see it looked like to be Mexicans that come in or come around, and they'll look and they'll just do their fingers like this. So they have their hands there, and then they spread their fingers like trying to open, implying to wanting to open someone up. Now this could be sexual, and they are definitely demonstrating to be an unclean spirit. All right, So they could be implying that they want to actually penetrate, all right, or hopefully to penetrate, rape, because sometimes many unclean spirits say take it, whether they the unclean spirit that look to be black, male, female, or Spanish, pale skin. They could be from a Middle Eastern, but mostly it's the Negro, black, male, female, and the more in the a lot of times in reference to demonstration of body language, that Mexican or that speak Spanish. Now this is the unclean spirits. Can't say every single body, everyone is unclean. No, and they'll just look at me and be like this. So penetration possibly, and hoping to encourage rape. Spiritually, I am a soul, or physically. And then the pale skin. Okay, so anyway, that's this is my testimony. But Allah is great. I believe there's a definite cleansing and healing of the earth. Allah is truly great. Islam and wonderful.